What's happening? Hello, give me a quick sound check. Hello, 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 hello. I know it's late. I know it's late. Well, for y'all, it's late. I'm sorry. So, hopefully, you guys enjoyed me and Fatal J's conversation from earlier today. I'm still listening. I go back and listen to it. Yeah, we had some. Man, that shit was pretty good. That's a pretty good sit down that we had. Yeah, that was a pretty good sit down. I got to bring brother Fatal J back more often. That shit was clean. Okay. Throwaway show. Hour and a half, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes. Let's see what we can pack in 90 minutes. Okay. So let's go here. Another patient cured of sickle cell. Somebody in New York. Are you aware? We have two sickle cell sufferers have now been cured. Sebastian Bozil, a 21-year-old, becomes the first patient from New York to be cured of sickle cell anemia. Using the same groundbreaking gene therapy, he received lovotibeglogene autotemcel, oh goodness, back in 2024, and has been free of symptoms ever since. His medical team, come on, what is this? No, what is this? No, I don't want to sign up. No. Come on, don't do this. Okay, there we go. Received it in 2024. His medical team believes this marks a true cure, offering a new hope to thousands living with debilitating genetic disorder. So that's two different people in two different states using two different gene therapies. Now, I say all this because Lovely T is a sufferer of sickle cell anemia. And I know she went through another health crisis not too long ago. And I don't know what's going on with her. I wish her well. But the fact that she cut off all her hair. I mean, she says she's back on the mend. I don't know. I haven't followed her in years. So y'all tell me what's going on. Matter of fact, let's go here. Let's go here. Yeah, Lovely T is a sufferer of sickle cell. Yeah? Now the muscles want to pop up. Now the muscles want to pop up. Okay. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. So maybe there's hope for long-time sufferers like T. Where is it at? Where is it at? Come on, come on, come on. Pop up, pop up. Generate. Generate. No, we're taking our time with it. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Here we go. This is her recent, this is from a week ago. And you know how she liked to keep hair on her head. So for her to, I don't know, like I said, don't know what she's going through. All I know is that she does suffer from sickle cell anemia. I wish her, speedy recovery, what she's going through. You don't wish bad on nobody, especially when it comes to their health. But once again, let's see. This is a fix, said Jeffrey Lipton, MD, the center's director of pediatric hematology, oncology, and stem cell transplantation. The drugs modify the disease, but this is a cure. I suspect this will replace bone marrow transplants in time. This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. Right? I know this is like a mutation to help fight malaria, but there's no more malaria. Let's go here. SCD occurs in approximately 1 out of every 365 black infants and 1 out of every 16,300 Hispanic infants. These are some huge numbers. 1 out of every 365? Until the development of novel gene therapies, there was no curative options for patients with SCD. Standard treatment for SCD is primarily focused on symptom management through use of hydroxyurea to reduce sickling of red blood cells and prevent serious symptoms associated with SCD. Other agents typically use L-glutamine, OTC, and prescribed painkillers, and crizanlizumab, TMCA, Novartis. I know about this. Okay, however, emerging gene therapies with curative capabilities offer new hope for patients with SCD. Okay, so this autotemcel is a cell-based gene therapy that was approved by the FDA back in 2023 for treatment of patients 12 years of age and older. It was approved alongside Exagamglogene, Cascovy. So Cascovy from Vertex was the first. This is the second. This here. So you got 2 gene-based therapies to help cure sickle cell. Once again, it involves collecting the patient's blood stems and genetically modifying them to produce HBTA, gene therapy derived hemoglobin that functions similarly to hemoglobin A, the adult hemoglobin produced in individuals unaffected by SCD. The new blood are less likely to sickle and obstruct blood flow. After the patient's blood stem cells are collected, they are treated with high-dose chemotherapy and remove the cells from the bone marrow so they can be replaced with the modified cells. So it's the same steps with the Cascovy. Same steps applied. Okay. Oh gosh. Despite the promise of this treatment, the cost raises questions about its accessibility. This autotem cell is priced at $3.1 million per treatment. Lord have mercy. Which many patients may not be able to afford. This represents the persistent gap experienced by patients with severe incurable disease. Although novel treatments are emerging, cost remains a significant barrier. This one costs $3.1 million per treatment. Lord have mercy. But it's here. It's here. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Okay. Let's go. Once again, I guess we're talking health. Chris Johnson. This was sad. Chris Johnson. This is sad as hell, man. Of all the disease to get, this ain't it, y'all. Lou Gehrig's disease is one of the worst diseases that. Oh my goodness. Okay. I remember watching early days of Dr. Kevorkian, and one of the patients he treated was a white guy, and he had Lou Gehrig's, and he was like, "Get me out of here, man." That man couldn't even swallow. Let's go.
Johnson, one of the fastest running backs in NFL history, shattered records throughout his career. 80-yard run. So
this
fast,
is sad
he
as
earned
hell.
the nickname CJ2K.
Chris Johnson is going to have a Titans touchdown.
He retired in 2017 and has been out of the spotlight. But today, he is sharing something deeply personal.
You've chosen to share some personal news today, and it takes a tremendous amount of courage to share it. What would you like for people to know?
First, I want people.
The man can't even talk. He's out of here. Oh my God. He can't even talk. Wow. Get me out of here, because this is not what to have. This is one of the worst things you could have. Basically, all your muscles just lock and seize up, man, and you can't do nothing. Is that a motherfucking ant? Get out of here. All right, let's continue.
To know that I'm still me. ALS has changed what my body can do, but it hasn't changed who I am.
In 2025, at the age of 39, Johnson was diagnosed with ALS, the disease progressing so rapidly that he now uses his eyes to trigger a speech-generating device to speak.
Wow.
Why do you want to share this now?
Because if sharing my story helps even one person get diagnosed sooner, inspires more research, or gives another family hope, then it's worth it.
Johnson says he was in the prime of his life, working out daily and running errands with his 4 children until ALS changed everything.
Let's go back to last year. When did you notice that something was off?
I first noticed weakness in my right hand. At first, it was little things like my grip didn't feel right, and I wasn't as strong as I've always been.
His wife, Brittany, thought it was something much simpler.
Brittany, what did you think it was at the time?
I thought because of football and, his career, that it had to be something with that, maybe a pinched nerve or something along those lines, but never ALS.
And what did doctors tell you initially about your condition?
We hoped it was something else, but after thorough testing, they finally came down with a diagnosis of ALS. They told us about a medication that might extend life by a few months. Then they told us to get our affairs in order. It was hard hearing that, but after watching Good Morning America and seeing Dr. Merritt with Eric Dane.
And Eric Dane went quick. So the best thing that can happen for him is he goes quickly. Because Eric Dane was out of here in 3 months. 6 months. 6 months. Tops. The best thing that can happen for him, and I hate to say it, is you get out of here quick. This is not a disease you want to live with for a year or two. This is just unimaginable suffering. But we'll go over, how bad ALS is.
We reached out to her. She was willing to think more creatively, offering experimental treatments that might help and advance research.
Dr. Merit Sikovich is a neurologist and leading ALS researcher at Mass General Brigham Neuroscience Institute.
Chris has been on standard of care, which is about 3 different medications that slow down the illness, but he was also part of a clinical trial, a therapy that decreases inflammation, and I think that helped him a lot.
With no family history of ALS, doctors believe his is a case of sporadic ALS, the most common form of the disease, affecting about 90% of patients, occurring randomly in people with no known family history of ALS.
That's one of the reasons this disease can be so shocking. It can happen to someone who never expected it.
And for me, it's shocking. It's hard to process it for me because I know you, Chris, from just the incredible athlete that you are. How do you process it?
Honestly, I don't know if you ever fully process it. At first you're in shock, then you realize you have 2 choices. You can give up or you can fight. I chose to fight.
And Brittany, what was it like for you when you found out that Chris had ALS?
All I could think about was our kids and how young they are. You're in denial. You want it to be anything else. You want the doctors to be wrong. The life that we previously had is like now a thing of the past. But we're still hopeful. We're hopeful, that a breakthrough will happen and that, God, a miracle will happen,
And what kind of support has helped you the most through this?
Without a doubt, my wife, Brittany, she hasn't left my side through any of this. My kids are also a huge part of why I keep going. Every day I wake up wanting more time with them to make more memories and just be their dad. They give me a reason to keep fighting.
Brittany, the unsung heroes are the caregivers. So what has this been like for you?
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. Like, we have good days, we have bad days, Our life has shifted so much, and it's a heavy workload, but I have no doubt that this is what, I was called to do.
So how has it progressed since you've been diagnosed?
It's continued to progress much faster than I ever imagined. I want people to understand just how quickly ALS can attack your body.
Yeah.
Just over a year ago, I was picking up my 7-year-old daughter, so she make a wish with her birthday cake. Today, I couldn't do that.
And what do you hope people, or you wish people understood about living with ALS?
That your mind stays sharp. People sometimes look at the physical disability and assume you're not still the same person inside. I still think the same, I still dream, I still love my family. My body just doesn't cooperate.
What are the doctors telling you about the treatment and the progression?
Having doctors who are willing to collaborate and explore every reasonable option has meant...
Listen, it's a death sentence, man. There is no... They're not even close to sniffing a treatment for this. You know what I'm saying? They're nowhere near. Man, I hate this for him. Look all the weight he lost. So clearly he's not mobile. Oh, I hate this for him. I hate this for him.
A lot to my family and me. Right now there isn't a cure, but we're seeing more research, more clinical trials, and more promising ideas than ever before. Seeing how hard these doctors and researchers are working gives me hope. As long as they're fighting for people with ALS, I'm going to keep fighting too.
And I want to thank Chris and Brittany for inviting me to the home with their family for that interview. And soon after Chris was diagnosed, they recorded his voice, which is why the speech-generating machine sounds exactly like him. And Chris also told me awareness is great, but it's not enough. ALS needs funding. He was diagnosed relatively early. He's doing everything he can, but still can't even hold a cup. That's why early detection, more research, and better treatments are so important. But he says if you're newly diagnosed, don't lose hope. Research is moving faster than ever.
Listen, I had a friend that was in the early stages of MS. She took herself out. So the average ALS patient survives 3 years after diagnosis. The only drug that slows it by a few months. Yeah, it's just Jesus, man. So 90% of ALS cases are sporadic, no genetic link, no family history, no identifiable cause. It just simply arrives. Nasty work. This is a nasty disease. ALS. Okay. So painless but gradually worsening muscle weakness, atrophy, which leads to the loss of voluntary movement, speech, and breathing capabilities. Your diaphragm collapses. You can't swallow. This is some bad shit to have, man. Occasional difficulty swallowing, chewing, or excessive drooling.
ALS is a disease of progressive weakness. So as opposed to a sudden onset, for example, a stroke, where all of a sudden you become very disabled, in ALS, it's something that starts much more subtly. And often it takes about a year for people to finally receive the diagnosis, because you don't wake up one day with all of the signs and symptoms. So the signs and symptoms are weakness primarily, but it is progressive. And it does not come and go. And it tends to start in one place in the body and then spread slowly to other parts of the body. And then, as I said, it does ultimately affect the swallowing and breathing muscles. And so people end up dying of respiratory insufficiency, or they can die of complications from problems with swallowing if those aren't tended to. I'm impotent as a clinician to stop the progression of ALS. It's been a difficult disease, like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, other neurodegenerative diseases. It's very hard to know why that's happening. But I'm very proud and passionate about the multidisciplinary care, which means a whole bunch of providers in one spot who see people who have ALS at Ohio State, who try and to help anticipate problems before they happen and support them through that journey. All the while fighting like heck to understand the why and how to stop it. The number one risk factor is age. So it affects people who are in general in their sort of mid-50s to 60s or so, a little bit earlier than the other big neurodegenerative diseases, but it's a very wide sort of distribution there. So age is the number one thing. People who serve in the U.S. military are twice as likely.
Damn. So your age, military, and former athletes. Was he vaccinated? Don't know, but I highly doubt that had anything to do with this. I highly doubt that's an issue. But once again, there is no rhyme or reason for ALS. It just shows up at your doorstep.
To have ALS as other people. It is, of course, anecdotally known that people who are athletes and people who tend to be otherwise healthy tend to develop ALS for whatever reason, and sometimes I wonder if being well endowed in their motor neurons puts them at risk in some way. But to be honest, things like pesticides, environmental exposures, all these other things, it's very hard to nail down those exact things. I would say what we've learned lately that has really been helpful is that there's definitely also a genetic predisposition, and there's definitely more genes associated with ALS now than there ever were. So I guess I would.
This was made famous by Lou Gehrig. This is what they call Lou Gehrig's disease. He was a former Yankee, and he died from this. Matter of fact, yeah, one of Dr. Kevorkian's early patients was a man that had ALS. Dr. Kevorkian, ALS patient. And he made a video. I remember watching that shit, and it was just like, holy cow. Is this him? Thomas Uke? This is him. Oh, this is the trial.
Your Honor, the first evidence that we're going to offer is people who propose exhibit.
And he recorded a video saying, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. Yeah, this is him right here.
Okay. ALS. And when was the first symptom? You remember the first symptom you had? First of all, how old are you, Tom? 52. What was that? 52. 52. When did the first symptoms become obvious to you? Einstein. 94. 94. What happened? What was the first symptom? Left. Yeah, face. They never came back. You had an operation and never returned?
Yeah, this is what Chris Johnson's future, immediate future will look like. The good thing with Eric Dane, he got out of here quick. The only thing you could hope to do is get out of here quickly and don't suffer for too long. But this is his fate.
Was the left leg? Yeah. Left knee. What your leg was? What that was it weak after that? So it's gone, and that. The right, and that going on to be 60 acres and the right. 60%. When did you have to get into a wheelchair? How many years was it after the start of the disease? Maybe. Yes. 97. Can you move your legs at all? Yeah. How about your left arm? Try it. That's all you can do? You can't lift your hand off the thing now. The only thing you can move is your right arm? That's as high as you can take it? Can you make a fist? Can you spread your fingers apart now? Okay. Can you swallow at all? Yeah. How about your breathing? Is that hard for you?
Okay, I can't watch any more of this. Can you imagine not being able to swallow? This is a death sentence. Oh. No, I'm not doing that. You really gonna make me do this? Nope. And they still found that man guilty. This was the video. Oh, well, yeah, they're putting it behind. Okay.
Until the end, Jack Kevorkian said he had no regrets. Stripped of his medical license and sent to prison for more than 8 years, he held firm to his conviction that everyone has the right to die.
It's now up to the people to fight for their right, and this is a right. It's a natural right. You're born with that right.
A pathologist by trade, he began his assisted suicide campaign in 1990, allowing an Alzheimer's patient to take her own life with his so-called suicide machine. Kevorkian's case bedeviled prosecutors. 4 times he beat charges in the state of Michigan.
Not guilty.
In 1999, he was finally convicted for second-degree murder after providing this video to CBS, which showed him administering a fatal drug injection to a man with Lou Gehrig's disease. The national debate over assisted suicide will outlive its most vocal champion. Oregon enacted the so-called...
I know Europe has the suicide pods and all that good stuff. America is behind when it comes to things like this. Extremely behind. Will always be behind. Yeah, nobody's had to live like this. Stephen Hawking is a different case. Stephen Hawking was not born that way. The conspiracy theory is Stephen Hawking was not born that way, and they hit him with something because he was talking too much. Make of it what you will, but they said he was talking too much, and they hit him with a needle, and he was like that ever since until he died. Yeah, this is not it, man. This ain't it. ALS is disgusting disease, man. That's an instant death sentence. Let's see. Early signs.
About 1 in 400 people could develop ALS in their lifetime. There is no one test that can diagnose ALS. Unfortunately, we have to do multiple tests, and we need to put them all together to reach the diagnosis. Here are some signs and symptoms of ALS that you should not ignore. One of the symptoms of ALS you should not ignore is weakness. Weakness when it develops over weeks or months.
Bruh, I hear you, but nobody, and I mean nobody would have traded places with Stephen Hawking, given all the accolades he accommodated and how highly he was regarded for his. Ain't nobody trying to be like Stephen. Man, okay, do we have to run its back? That's all you got to say. Well, his mind, he had a beautiful mind. Fuck out of here, bro. Stop trying to be nice. Y'all bugging, man. Ain't nobody trying to be like this. Ain't nobody.
I hope you.
Fuck your mind. The hell? No. You bugging. Sir, you bugging. We trying to be like this.
You will indulge me while I look back over my life in physics and reflect on how our understanding.
Yeah, please raise your hand. You trying to be like, you want to exchange a 180 IQ with and be a prisoner in your body and be regarded as one of the most brilliant, intellectually brilliant people on the planet, and you can't do shit. Man, if you don't get the hell out of here, man. Boy, if you don't miss me with that bullshit. Let's continue.
Comes with wasting of the muscle, twitching, stiffness,
unstoppable
but
mind.
without
Man,
pain,
don't get that mega mind shit out of here.
Could be an early sign of ALS. Another sign of ALS that you should not ignore is slurred speech. Slurred speech, when it develops over weeks or months, where the speech is usually slow and nasal, and it may come with difficulty swallowing and weight loss. And if the MRI of the brain done to look for reason for a slurred speech does not show any lesion and is negative or normal, this slurred speech could be an early sign of ALS. If you think that you are experiencing any of these symptoms, or you need more information about ALS, reach out to your primary care physician. Make an appointment with a neurologist, or go to nm.org for more information.
Yeah, no.
ALS stands for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. It's a neurodegenerative condition that attacks mostly the muscles. Most commonly is weakness in one arm or one leg, as well as difficulty breathing, difficulty swallowing, or difficulty chewing. The first symptom that people usually know of ALS is weakness. Weakness of the hand, weakness of the foot, perhaps a drop foot. They're walking differently, they may start falling, or twitching of their muscles. They should contact their local neurologist, or if they need a referral, they should ask their primary to please refer them to a neurologist. And remember, the faster, the better, because that way we can start medication.
Yeah, because this thing spreads like a wildfire. And yeah, and then get your affairs in order. Shit. I'm cool, man. I'm cool. Ooh. But yeah, this was made famous by Lou Gehrig, former New York Yankee. Okay. I don't know. Let's do some happy thoughts. I don't know. This is depressing. But we got 2 patients cured of sickle cell, so that's a beautiful thing to see. That's a beautiful thing to see. Boom, 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 boom. What is this? I got an email full of emails. Oh, let's go here. Come on, let's raise y'all's blood temperature. Let's raise your blood pressure.
They could even afford to live in our area. Most of them, what I see marching.
What about the people who work right here at Western Electric?
Well, there's a lot of good ones here that work here, but still, we don't want to mix with them to live with them.
Why? You'll work with them?
But I don't want to live with them.
Why?
Because I moved out of a neighborhood that was colored. I had to move. Everybody that lives with the colored has to move.
Why?
Because you're not safe walking the streets at night. You cannot leave the house.
Because they don't know the Negro, that's why.
Isn't it shocking how well-spoken our parents and grandparents were? in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. After the 80s, not so much. We were a very well-spoken people, especially in the 60s and 70s. Vocabulary, lexicon, enunciation, pronunciation, like, you know, it's like, who? This woman speaks extremely well.
How do you mean?
Well, they think their value of their property goes down, and the majority of them feel that we're dirty, and they are afraid, that's all.
And they talk about violence, too. What about some of those criticisms, that the Negro is dirty, that the Negro is more violent, therefore the Negro doesn't make as good a neighbor?
Well, that's because they have never given the Negro the chance. They don't know it, the Negro, I told you. If they would stay long enough, the Negro is not dirty. It's some of them, I guess. It's just like some of the whites are dirty.
She speaks very scholarly in her tone and cadence. When she pauses in between certain words, she has a scholarly way of speaking about herself. That's become a lost art with us as a people, I believe.
The Negro is not the problem. The problem is what Negro connotates, what it stands for. The pigment of skin isn't the problem. The problem is that the Negro in this country today stands for venereal disease, prostitution, the numbers racket, and crime.
This the same numbers racket that, okay, never mind.
A literate statement, judging people by the colors of their skin. I think the only way that you can judge a person is according to their behavior pattern.
Do you demonstrate? Do you work for Dr. King or the West Side Organization or CORE?
No, I haven't had any association or any affiliation with Dr. King. What about the schooling situation? What about better living conditions? What about people's rights and justice and equality? What about those things?
Okay, let's stop here. Let's stop here. Let's stop here. And let's compare and do a compare and contrast. Let's do a compare and contrast. Do I still have it? Oh, please don't tell me I got rid of it. Oh, man, I sure did. I got rid of it, y'all. Oh, wait. Let me find it. Hold up. Let's do a compare and contrast. I know I still got it somewhere. Hold up. Let's do a compare and contrast. Yeah, I'm going there. Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait. You already know what I'm looking for. Oh, damn it. What did I even call it? I don't even remember what I called it. Son of a bitch. Wait a minute, man. Is this it? Oh, yeah, buddy. Okay, let's go here. Let's do a compare and contrast. Let's do it. I hate to do it to us, but that's what we're going to do. That's what we're doing. We're doing a compare and contrast. You already know what I'm about to say. Let's go.
I heard the roar. I felt that roar. I knew to keep it pushing. I knew that.
Curtis Jones says he was walking near Robber Street late Wednesday when he saw people running from what appeared to be a large wild cat.
After I see the people run, I just see something big just walking, just right over here, right by the bush. It went right over here. I swear, I promise, it went right over there. And it said, roar, and I just kept walking. I seen me see it. So in my head, I'm like, nah, I gotta go, man. I'm out.
Rochester police say officers became aware of a video on social media that appears to show a wild cat, which some people claim is a mountain lion. RPD says it received numerous calls of reported sightings, including one near North Clinton Avenue and Robber Street just after midnight.
About like this big. Word. It was just walking, slithering, like it was, I don't know, man.
A shelter in place was ordered and then lifted when RPD was unable to verify the presence of a wild animal. Police say no reports have been substantiated.
You see where I'm going with this,
Jones
right?
tells me he remains on edge.
You gotta keep this bat right here. I'm gonna keep this bat right here, man, just in case. I'm gonna protect this. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to us, nothing, okay? They ain't find it last night. It's still out here. It could be out here in one of these bushes or something. You know, them mountain lions, they be, wow, they be crawling and, you know, they serious.
The Monroe.
Let's get back to the compare and contrast.
Nothing is solved. The situation is still the same. The man with the money rules.
And who's the man with the money?
The white man. Who else?
The main problem is that once a Negro moves into a community, no white person will buy in that community because it is known then or labeled as a changing neighborhood. So the only available prospects will be Negro buyers. Obviously, the neighborhood is not going to integrate, it's going to inundate. There will be riots, there will be bloodshed, because this year it was chopped off after the people had armed themselves. Our gun shops in the southern suburbs sold out of ammunition and guns. These people are armed. One man was bragging to me that he has 25 pounds of dynamite in his garage. He's going to stop them this way. This is what they are. They are armed. They are ready. Now, they were not this summer. Next summer, it will not be rocks and bricks and bottles, but actual armed rebellion against the civil rights marchers coming into the area. And people are going to be hurt. Good people, bad people, all kinds of people.
Okay. Hey, I'm just here to spread information. Make of it what you will. I didn't forget your super chat. Thank you for the super chat. A very generous super chat. Ghost, thank you for the 20. Apologies, I'm late. Just paying my tithes for kicking in the back of James Gunn. Man, listen, get that spiky haired, weird, childlike mofo up out of here. Hell yeah. Yes, fire James Gunn and Peter Safran. Hashtag fire Gunn and Safran. Yes, indeed. Let's continue. What nonsense do I have right lined up? I'm kind of scared myself. Oh, okay, let's go here. Okay. Teen takeovers. You want to know what's happening? All right, here we go.
Organizations that have so much funding, but it really doesn't do anything for the teens that need places to go after hours.
We're not just asking for miracles or handouts. We're asking for opportunity that we deserve. And when you give us that, we don't just take it. We transform it.
We belong in this city, and we need places to where we can truly belong and where we can feel like we can heal.
They took all the free spaces from us, and they expect us not to go to the beach or go downtown. But there's nowhere for us to connect or meet new people.
After hours right now is what...
That's got to be the girl's mom. This got to be her mama. So the one young girl we saw in the beginning, this got to be her mama, because the eyes, Chico.
Sparks time. That's when they're up. You can look at the...
Ooh, I bet she got... Ooh, listen, wait. Okay, hold up. I bet she got... I'm going. This is my speed right here. Spooky, witchy, partially demonic. Could be bad for my health, but you never know unless you... This is my speed right here. You need help with those groceries.
Data from TikTok, from all the social medias, they're up, they're out, and they're looking for something to do. So if we need to be out when they're out, then we need to change
If her name's Obsession, I'm going. Yes, indeed.
our hours from when we work as organizations to fit the schedule of our youth. When they say hold the youth accountable, hold everyone accountable.
Oh my God, her eyes. My God. Listen, if she's a demon, I'm going. If she's a demon, I'm going.
Well, not just the parents, hold the community accountable, because it might not be your community today, but it might be tomorrow. So everyone needs to make sure that there's a space for children and be on board with this.
There's so many pretty
You
organizations
can't tell me that ain't her mama. Tell me that's not her mama.
that have so much
She
funding,
got
but
the same eye color. Lord have mercy. But we are a beautiful people. We are a beautiful people. We are a beautiful people. Okay, everybody's going in on the kids. Everybody's going in on the kids. I remember we had teen clubs. I mean, it would close at midnight, but, you know. Yeah, they're really going in on the kids. Like, okay. Once again, I don't argue with people that don't choose to understand why teens are acting out the way they are. So That's what I mean by the old heads. It's a mentality. You know, when you just refuse to even try to understand the other side and try to, you know, bring yourself down to their level so you can have a better understanding, a better viewpoint of why they do what they do. But nonetheless, okay, let's continue. Oh Lord, now this is old. This is old. We knew about stuff like this back in the 80s and 90s. This really should not be nothing new to anybody, but let's go.
World that are doing and saying and participating in things that you would never even imagine. I used to work in the ER, and there is a subset of group of people that do things that you can't wrap your mind around. Like any normal person wouldn't think to do things like this. Like it doesn't make any sense. For instance, I'm not going to say, explain it. I just want you to look it up. It's called Philly sidecar. Yeah, okay? And when you figure that out, let me know, because I don't want my video taken down. But yeah, there are people that do and participate and things like that. There are people that will even go to HIV parties.
This is old. We knew about cats doing this back in the 90s, but never mind. Information is information. You just, let's go.
That go to these parties so that they can receive HIV, so they can be permanently disabled. Okay, bye.
Okay, there are two things that are mentioned in this video by this former ER nurse. The first one is the Philly sidecar. That one I looked up and I thought about including it in this video, but I'm just definitely not going to include it just because, one, it's very gross. You can look it up. Two, I don't want the video to be given a sensitive flag or anything like that. So I'll just go over the HIV one. She said that there are these HIV parties that people attend so that they can get permanent disability. And I wanted to just make sure that that was actually true. Can you get permanent disability if you get HIV? And the answer is yes. You can get Social Security income for life if you have HIV. So these people are just going to these parties, doing what you need to do to get HIV, and then they go sign up for benefits, and then taxpayers have to pay them forever.
Let me stop there. Somebody in the comments broke it down. Let's see, where's it at? So let's see. I can confirm this is true. I work in disease control at my local health department, but jokes on them. Big Tarvi, the number one HIV medication, will be slowly phased out of production. Also, ADAP, the infamous program that helps with those $4,000 medications, is being stripped away in Florida. Please be careful. Okay. Let's see. There's something else. There's another. Okay, yeah, this has actually been going on for years. Gift givers and bug chasers are the terminologies used. Okay. Yeah, so we all knew about this this was a 90s thing, man. Now, yeah, breeding parties and bug chaser have been a thing since the late 80s. Now, let me show you how much worse it's going to get in, I believe, Minnesota. I think it's Minnesota. Now, if you think it's just, a local thing, Minnesota, the return of the bathhouses, y'all. I don't think y'all understand. Minnesota is bringing back the bathhouses.
38-year-old ban on bathhouses in Minneapolis is lifted today. The bathhouses would allow consensual sex and would provide health and safety resources.
But that was not the only move by City Council today. And Fox 9's Karen Scullin joining us now live to discuss bathhouses, also data centers, and other topics. Sounds like it was a busy meeting today, Karen.
It was. Some pretty big moves today among City Council members. You said it off the top. The bathhouses ordinance passed. No more ban on bathhouses. They got the thumbs up. Doesn't mean that bathhouses are going to open in Minneapolis in the next few weeks or the next few months. What it does is kind of pave the way for the city to create a regulatory framework so that one or more can eventually open. That passed with a 9-2 vote today. Also today, though, the
9-2. 9-2. Not 6-5. Not 7-4, 9-2. I don't think y'all understand, but you will.
issue of data centers came up. There was a data center moratorium that came up, and it passed through council. The moratorium.
9-2 in Minneapolis. Okay, Minneapolis. Nasty work out here. Y'all be careful.
Adult bathhouses could be making a comeback in Minneapolis. Today, residents shared their thoughts with the city council, which is considering making them legal again. Jason Randall is following that meeting. Jason?
Frank, the vote that would lay the groundwork for bathhouses to return to Minneapolis failed at a committee meeting today, but it is still heading to a full vote at the city council. It was back in 1988 that bathhouses in Minneapolis were made illegal during the AIDS crisis. They essentially provide a space for consenting adults to hook up. Proponents say legalizing bathhouses allows for a greater opportunity for these venues to better combat the spread of STIs through things like testing.
To keep them banned and closed does not reduce HIV, especially in a city where there are bathhouses that are happening, but they're happening underground.
I see a revenue stream. We're talking about revitalizing downtown. We're talking about business opportunities for all sorts of different walks of life. Do you know what brings in money? Adult venues.
She gets it. She said adult venues bring in money.
Councilmember Jason Chavez says the ban is rooted in homophobia, and they did mention today how cities like San Francisco, even Duluth, have regulations around bathhouses. Again, this is set for a full vote at a later date at City Council, Frank.
Okay. You might as well bring it back. And then, charge a fee. Fee to license, fee of registration, entry fee, membership fee, I don't know, hookup fee. Like, there's ways to make money off that. I have no opinion on this shit. I have no opinions. Let's go here. All right. Let's see. Arizona. Now, remember months ago, I was trying to explain to goofball people, stupid people, content creators and their chats that if you exchange gifts with a woman for sex, that's sex trafficking, right? Congress said anything you do in exchange, gift, trips, whatever, something of value in exchange for sex falls under the sex trafficking umbrella. So let's go here. Arizona became the 8th state in the U.S. to make buying sex a Class 6 felony. Okay. Convicted buyer. Well, let me go way back. Let me go back. Okay, here we go. Katie Hobbs makes paying for sex a felony. Arizona just became the 8th state in the U.S. to make buying sex a felony. HB 2720 into law, drastically escalating penalties for buyers, but not the sellers. There's a bigger narrative here at play. Men get punished for buying sex. Women don't get punished for selling sex. Do you understand? The new law explicitly targets the demand side of the sex trade rather than supply. Paying for sex jumps from a misdemeanor to a Class 6 felony, while selling sex remains a misdemeanor. Do you see how society will forever take care of the woman? That's why feminism is a joke. Society will always take care of the woman. Okay? Convicted buyers will also face a mandatory $200 fine. Every dollar collected from these fines will go directly to fund Arizona's anti-human trafficking grants. Advocates champion the bill because it recognizes that many sex workers are victims of coercion. That's the same thing they accused Diddy of, To support survivors, the law includes a provisional to seal the criminal records of trafficking victims. Yeah. By crushing the demand, which will never happen, Arizona hopes to sharply reduce the exploitation and human trafficking happening locally. Okay? Punish the man, take care of the woman. Society has always been like this. This is why feminism, it makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. That's why women empowerment makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. Let me see. HB Arizona HB 27. Let's go here.
Madam Chair and committee members, this is, I'm Sherry Lopez. You know, I had something written, but I'm really just going to speak from the heart. As the president of the Arizona Human Trafficking Survivors Coalition, I lived this. I lived this for 7 years, starting at the age of 15. And I can tell you, in those 7 years, until I was rescued at the age of 21 by a woman named Pearl at a mailbox, I never, ever saw a buyer go to jail. Never. And now, as a president of this coalition, we go with survivors to their court hearings. We see these buyers time and time again, and we see and hear time and time again, plead down to misdemeanor, plead down to misdemeanor. These need to stay felonies.
Hey, yeah, what's Coach Greg Adams' plan for the men in Arizona? What's the plan? What's the workaround? What's the circumvent? How are you gonna navigate this hurdle leading with your wallet in Arizona? Okay, if you do that in Arizona if you want to, but come on.
What they are doing is buying and selling another human being. How can we say this is okay? Let's just give you a little slap on the hand and go your way, pay your fine, and maybe we'll catch you next time. You think about this. 3 times they need to be caught for significant jail time. Do you know what the odds of that are? Slim. So I stand here before you representing every survivor that was forced into doing this, having guns put to our heads, being beat to a pulp. We had no choice but to go with someone, or we're going to die.
So, Knockout, you're saying it's not the same thing?
It's time for us to protect those that are forced and are trafficked. By at least saying we care enough about the damage that's done to you that we're going to hold these perpetrators accountable. A class 6 felony is really a very minimal felony, but at least seeing a felony, and states over and over and over are starting to say this will be a felony.
It's a higher class felony.
And it's about time. And giving the survivors of trafficking an opportunity to actually seal their records. When
Do you need any more evidence that hoes are winning, continue to win, will always win? Society is protecting the hoes. Society doesn't punish hoes. It punishes the men that desire the hoes. Come on, man.
Against their will, even something like stealing bread or a donut is important.
Sir, you act like that's not a win. I'm sorry. Most people would argue that's not a win. Okay, if you've been reduced down to going to these sites, Rome and what are these other arrangement sites? Man, you down bad. You down bad. How bad can you? How bad down do you have to be to go to arrangement sites, sir? Atlanta, man, you can throw a rock and hit 10 bad bitches in Atlanta. You don't need to go to no damn arrangement site in places like Atlanta, New York, Miami, LA. Like, what? But you know, hey, to each his own. Once again, what's the workaround for these men in Arizona? Let's continue. Oh, let's go here. This video, listen. Yeah, this is a throwaway show. This is not going to be monetized.
It's apartment B. Yeah. I'm coming about my dog.
Uh-oh.
The dogs are got to go. They'll take my dogs, they got to go. I have insurance on my fucking dogs. I don't know if you do, but the dog's gonna have to fucking go today. If not, I will do something to him. That dog shouldn't have been fucking loose. That's probably the least violation. It has to be on a fucking
Wait,
leash.
pay attention to the dispatcher. She says separate
I'm
yourself.
gonna hurt this bitch because this is not the first running I had with her. This is her. Oh no, when you had the boy put out with the dog because you was messing with him. That's why he had to leave. Oh, shut the fuck, bitch. Let's talk about my dog. I don't know that man. I got $1,200 dogs. My dog cost $1,200 a piece. You got some motherfucking bullshit. If you cared anything about you got that dog, he would have been on the leash. He would have been on the leash.
Uh-oh.
What? Are you damn right? I'm in your fucking face, bitch.
Oh.
Hey, don't you hit me. Do it. Fucking hoe. What you hit me for? Get my phone, Fabian. I can't move. I need an ambulance. Why the fuck you hit me? I need an ambulance. I need an ambulance. Now. What the fuck you hit me for? Your dog bit my fucking dog. I need an ambulance. My head is something wrong with my head. It must be bleeding. Why the fuck you came?
Wait. And then guess what she did? She came back. She came back with her daughter. Please tell me y'all have it. She came back with her daughter. Please tell me y'all have it. Please tell me y'all have it. She came back with her daughter, y'all, with a bandage on. She was all bandaged. Let me see if they got it. Please tell me y'all got it. Please tell me y'all got it. Please tell me y'all got it. I seen a screenshot. She was at the same woman's door with her daughter and she was in bandages. I kid you not. I kid you not. Damn. I can't even find it, y'all. See how I be looking for this? This was the original. This thing had 1.5 million views. This is the original. That's the first one. And she sure came back. She sure came back. Y'all, I can't find it. But I promise you, when it does show up, we gonna give y'all an update. I promise y'all on everything. I promise y'all on everything. Oh my goodness. Damn. Damn it. Yeah, she was at the woman's doorstep with her daughter. Damn it. Okay. Matter of fact, speaking of dogs, let's go here. Cheesy Pete's. Listen, I understand, but you dog people are just, this is too much. This is too much. Did y'all see this shit? Did y'all see this? For her dog, y'all. Wait. The funeral was lit. Wait. Y'all see this shit? God damn it. Wait. Somebody asked, did she look like herself? Yes, she did. We support ours. Lord Jesus, look at the goddamn dog. Look at the goddamn dog. God damn it. Look at the goddamn dog. They had a horse-drawn carriage for this dog. Family spared no expense. I am done with you people, okay? I'm done with you dog people. Y'all is a whole damn mess. Matter of fact, let's go to Twitter. Let's go to Twitter so we can see the whole thing. Let's go to Twitter. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh Lord. This is it. Okay. Part 2, y'all. Part 2. Lord have mercy. Why, Lord? Why? Why are we like this? Why are we like this? The dog's name is Sophie. Y'all, why are we like this? Why are we like this? Why? I cannot. Look at this. May 9th, 2008 to June 22nd, 2026. Hey, that's 18 years. That's a good run. 18 years. This is in Nichols, South Carolina. Presiding Minister Toshe Hemingway. Lord have mercy. Homegoing celebration in honor of furry girl Sophie Campbell. I'm done. Why are we like this? Why are we like this? I do this for my cats. Oh my God. Why are we like this, black people? Why? Why black people? Why? Why are we like this, black people? Oh Lord, why? I cannot with y'all right now.
Make me black in every lifetime, because what you mean they had a full homegoing service for the dog. And I'm with y'all. Black people, we gonna do the most, and that includes love as well. We gonna send you home, right?
My God.
All dogs go to heaven, but you got to have a homegoing service to make it there. The
Lord
dog 18. Sophie done made 18.
Yeah, that's a good run.
Time.
That's a
I
good
didn't
run.
know dog funerals were a thing like that. And when my dog going to be with him, and I hope he live a long life, y'all better come grieve with me.
I cannot with y'all right now.
Let Monty make 18, 20, and you don't come. You didn't love him.
I can't with y'all right now. I can't. Black people, why are we like this? Why are we like this? Why? God damn it. Damn it. Oh. Talking about our Jesus. Hey, yeah, rest in peace to Sophie. Okay, real quick. I'm going to ask you guys, do we care about any, do we want to do autism awareness? Do you guys care? No? Yes? Do you guys want some more autism awareness? I'm asking you guys. Okay. Just asking. I'm just asking. Okay. Does anybody want autism awareness? You don't have to. I'm just saying you don't have to. We can take a break. We can take a break from autism awareness. It can be overwhelming. Okay, it can be overwhelming. Y'all talking about pour out some Hennessy for Sophie. Lord have mercy. Okay, no autism awareness. Okay, that's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that. Let me see what they done. She said, I'm going to do it anyway. You know what? You don't know me. Okay, yes, you do. Yeah. Why not? We're here. I done already opened the page. Let's go.
Come down here.
Oh no. Oh no, no sir. No sir. Dude, that's an ass whooping. No. That is, you need an ass whooping. No sir, you doing too much. You're allowing too much to take place. I hate a weak ass, like a soft ass dad. Let's go here. Back to Dallas. I don't mean the city.
Dallas. Get up, sir. Get over. Get up and you got some sense in here. You stop. Come on. No man.
Okay, I got a serious question. Serious question. At what point do you beat her ass? Seriously. At what point do you just whoop her ass? At what point do you pull out the belt and let her know what time it is? No, Sly, you should never whoop an autistic child. They don't know. Yes, they know. When is a good time to whoop your autistic child? When is mama gonna put out the belt on this child?
Yes. Dallas, come on, you can hold the car and push it together like a big girl. Come on. Push the car like a big girl, Dallas. There you go. She's gonna be distracted by this. Go, Dallas. Go, Dallas.
Y'all got it, man. Y'all got it, man. Yeah, that's why I'm not built for this. Because I'm not built for that. Let's continue. What is this? Uh-oh. Frustrated father. Let's go here.
This little motherfucker think I'm playing with. What I tell you to do? What I just tell you to
cats.
do?
It's Philly guys.
Come take the trash out. Put your phone down. Get the trash. Come on, let's take the trash out. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey, that thing nothing. Trash out. That's what you do. That's your job. Trash. Thank you. Now. Come on. Appreciate it. Yeah.
So they do understand discipline. Like I said. Okay. All right. I think that's it. I think that's all I got as far as the autism. Moving on. Okay. Let's go here. Since we're still in the week of celebrating.
Never be afraid, because I was so terrorized by him. Whether he meant to do it or not, I'll never know. But he sure taught me that if you try to terrorize me again, well, we can't say that on public radio. What I may do to someone who tries to hurt me again in this business, I'm not having it. I should be respected as I respect, and I will not have someone try to ruin my spirit and ruin my career. If Clive Davis, if his plan was to destroy my career, it didn't work. Davis taught me.
Okay. Once again, I'm not saying Clive was a good guy. No, guys like him step on toes and make enemies. But he's still going down as one of the greatest music execs ever. He's on the Mount Rushmore. So I don't think that's up for debate at all. Okay, let's go here. Let me see. I don't care about this. this? What clip is this? Okay. Kansas Supreme Court. The library has been removed. Public browsing is banned. Fahrenheit 451 is here, or it's on its way. It's down the street. Let's go.
Hello. I'm going live from the Law Library, the Supreme Court Law Library of Kansas. As you can see, all the books are gone. All of the books are gone, and I cannot browse them. If you want to know more, my suggestion is to contact the Kansas Supreme Court Law.
Okay, so now I got two stories out of this. The first story is you're not allowed there. Second story is they're renovating, right? So both could be true. Okay, the Kansas Supreme Court Law Library continues to house its print collection at the Kansas Judicial Center in Topeka. But that article is from April 15, 2026. They could have removed them between that date and the date that this was filmed. I'm not sure. I'm not in Kansas. Make of it what you will. Make of it what you will. These comments about blue tape are disinformation, misinformation. That is the blue carpet where the book stands once rested. You need to see it in person. Okay. So let's continue.
A library.
All right. Take it with a grain of salt. It's either under renovation and they move the books off site somewhere. I don't know. And I really don't care enough to really look into it like that because I don't feel like looking into that stuff right now. Okay, got that. Once again, this is a throwaway show for real. What is this, JP? What is that? What is that? Why did I mark this JP? I can say that for later. What is this? Fraud. Oh my God. Did y'all see this shit? Dr. Charmaine Baker, a nurse practitioner from Louisiana. What is it with you people in Louisiana? Uh-oh. And you're back. She was sentenced to 87 months in federal prison for a $12.1 million Medicare fraud scheme. Baker was found guilty of 6 counts of healthcare fraud after ordering unnecessary cancer genetic tests for patients she never met. She signed orders for tests after phone calls lasting less than 30 seconds, including ovarian and cervical cancer tests for male patients. What? Ovarian and cervical cancer tests for male patients? What? The fraudulent claims led to over $1.5 million in reimbursement for laboratories, with Baker allegedly receiving kickbacks and bribes. Wow. 87 months? Or was that? That's 8 years? 12 times 8 is 96. Get off the goddamn cord. Get off the cord. 7 and some change. Eesh. This is not enough right here. 12.1 million, that's not enough. That's not enough. Not for me to sit down for 8 years. That's not enough money. That's not enough money. No. Not enough. Okay, what is this? Okay, did y'all hear this story? This young man got ran over by a damn tank. He got ran over by a tank, y'all, during training. U.S. soldier dies after being run over by an armored vehicle in training incident. This is insane. How, Sway? U.S. soldier died earlier this month after being struck by an M2 Bradley fighting vehicle during a large-scale training exercise in California. Adrian Bonzi was a combat engineer assigned to the 3rd Infantry Division at Fort Stewart in Georgia. Bonzi was on foot June 10th in a training area in the Mojave Desert during hours limited visibility when he was run over by the 27-ton armored vehicle at about 4:30 a.m. Jeezy Pete's. This is a devastating loss for our entire division. Adrian was an exceptional soldier who was committed to our mission and proudly serving our nation. We are heartbroken and will wrap our arms around his family, loved ones, and fellow soldiers during this difficult time. Can you imagine you being a driver and you run him over? Holy cow. Look at this. The Army lost 31 soldiers in training accidents in 2025, with fatalities split between aircraft crashes and ground incidents. Most of the ground deaths involved military vehicles, often in rollover incidents. Since 2020, the service has averaged roughly 2 vehicle-related fatalities each month. You have got to be fucking kidding me, man. You have got to be kidding me. Sir.
Services were held today in Buffalo for Army Specialist Adrian. Funeral services were held today in Buffalo for Army Specialist Adrian Bonzi, the Western New York soldier.
All right. Do you think he gets carried in good standing or no standing? Do they put him on his shoulders or do they just carry him regular? Let's take a look. Place your bets. Place your bets.
Killed in a training accident 2 weeks ago. Friends remembered him as a loyal Christian, patriot, and friend. The small chapel at Forest Lawn Cemetery was filled with mourners for the funeral with military honors. Bonzi, who leaves behind a wife whom he met while serving in Poland a few years ago, was killed on June 10th while on exercises.
That's what he got ran over by, an M2. If you had watched the movie Warfare, I forget the name of that division, but this was an M2. It's got a motorized hatch in the back. You enter through the back. This is what he got ran over by, y'all.
In California when he was struck by a Bradley fighting vehicle. One friend who spoke at the service remembered him as someone who gave others the sense that they could accomplish things even if they lacked the belief in themselves that they could.
Bonzi truly led by example. There were things that Bonzi was able to do that made the rest of us look like, if Bonzi can do it, I can do it, you know, and he pushed you with that. Like, come on, man, I'm not special. Like, if I can do it, you can do it too. And so when he did that, it gave us the opportunity to say, there's a chance for us to also obtain peace and a sense of belonging the same way that he had found in the military.
It's amazing today to hear everybody say about Adrian what we thought about him. It's just wonderful thing. Very, very comfortable.
Boy, listen, the universe has the cruelest jokes ever. Yeah. No. This cat's so damn smart. She knows to leave the damn cords alone when. Oh, this fucking cat here. Anywho, let's continue. Oh wait, I'm looking for something. Oh, military. Oh, let's go here, y'all. Whew, y'all military in trouble. Y'all military in trouble. Military in trouble.
Here. I call this Big Bertha May. Big Bertha May, honey. Cause you gotta swing Big Bertha when you get up in there. Hold on. Ooh! Big Bertha May. Big Bertha May, man. Y'all know what I call this right here?
Oh Lord, we going to lose the war. Somebody let Too Sweet in the Army. Listen, they call it a Ponca truck. They call it a Ponca truck, y'all. A punka truck. You know, because a punk, he a punk. They call it a punka truck. How we gonna drive tanks with sugar?
Real quick. But y'all know what grinds my fucking gears? Is when people make comments like this on my videos. Like, if you have a problem with me being so comfortable in my skin, and you obviously got a problem with me serving this country, then bitch, you get up and go to that office and go sign up. Come join the fight. I really think people come too comfortable with keyboard barking behind anonymous profile that they just feel like they can say what the fuck ever. And you know, you can say whatever, but bitch, don't get mad when I come back on your ass, okay? So for future references, save some of your thoughts to yourself. In the meanwhile, thank me for my service, bitch.
Somebody said, what happened to don't ask, don't tell? Because y'all been telling lately. I'm done. I'm done. Oh my God. Would Nick thank him for his service? I'm sure he would, because it's the thing to do. It's the code. It's the code. I can hear Dick now. What is this cinnamony person doing in my military? Okay. Oh. Let me see. Kai Cenat. Okay. Now, I can't confirm it. But they're saying there's a court order against Kai Cenat's girlfriend. Okay? Take it with a huge grain of sea salt. So this is what they're saying. Okay? This is what they're saying. So the drama between streamer Kai Cenat and his ex-girlfriend Gigi Aaliyah just took a shocking turn. Several reports are surfacing claiming this is all alleged. There is no I haven't seen the paperwork. I haven't seen the ruling. Several reports are surfacing claiming that Gigi has been ordered to pay Kai over $2 million in restitution for damages following their highly publicized messy breakup. The couple officially split in December of 2025, which immediately triggered a wave of cheating allegations and internet speculation. While initial rumors falsely accused Gigi of being unfaithful with major rap artists, she fired back, claiming she was the one who left and accusing Kai's inner circle of painting a narrative against her. The back and forth escalated even further when both sides traded accusations of infidelity. After a months-long legal battle, a judge has officially ordered Kai Cenat's girlfriend Gigi to vacate his property and return the cars he purchased for her. We don't have the paperwork. We don't have the ruling. This is all alleged. Although the gifts were initially intended as gifts, Kai did not use Gigi's legal name on the titles and deeds. Following their breakup, Gigi refused to move out or return the gifted vehicles. A recent inspection of the home revealed extensive and malicious property damage, resulting in a court order requiring her to pay over $2 million in restitution. That's what the streets are saying. That's what the streets are saying. Take everything with a grain of sea salt. Okay? I'm just saying I don't have the paperwork. I was looking for the ruling. I don't see a judge's ruling online yet. Okay? Hey, don't. Okay. Man down. Man down. I didn't do it. Okay. What is Georgia up to? Oh, new laws taking effect in Georgia. New laws taking effect in Georgia on July 1st. So let's see what they got going on. House Bill 340 requires public school districts to restrict students' use of personal electronic devices in grades K through 8 during the school day. Okay, so most school states are doing this. Senate Bill 1 required school athletic teams to be designated as male, female, or coeducational and limits participation based on those designations. Senate Bill 123 prohibits schools from expelling students solely because of excessive absences or truancy. Well, then how are you going to fix that then? Senate Bill 244 creates a process allowing people who were wrongfully convicted to seek compensation from the state and recover legal expenses, as they should. House Bill 582 allows courts to consider reduced sentences for victims of domestic violence or human trafficking who committed crimes under coercion. Society is always going to protect women. Okay? Interesting. This allows the court to consider reduced sentences for victims of domestic violence or human trafficking who committed crimes under coercion. Okay. Senate Bill 79 increases criminal penalties for fentanyl trafficking. Senate Bill 547 increases penalties for certain pimping and pandering offenses. Once again, how is your guy, Coach Greg Adams, going to help y'all buy pussy now? Because everyone is like hitting. They're punishing the men. They're punishing the men. They will never punish the woman. Okay? Senate Bill 6 legalizes possession of fentanyl testing strips, which can be used to detect the presence of fentanyl and help prevent overdoses. Senate Bill 100 allows adult adoptees to obtain copies of their original birth certificates. Well, that's crazy. They couldn't do it then. Senate Bill 195 allows trained pharmacists to dispense certain HIV prevention medications under specific circumstances. House Bill 175 requires expanded background checks for child care workers. House Bill 256 expands rights and protections for foster parents, relative caregivers, and fictive kin givers. Okay. Senate Bill 220 removes the previous 5% THC potency cap on medical products. Patients can now possess up to 12,000 milligrams of medical cannabis if it is kept in labeled pharmaceutical containers. The new law also broadens the types of products dispensaries can sell, including gummies, edibles, and vaporized flour. You know this shit is still all illegal under the feds, right? You do know marijuana is still illegal under federal law. But let's continue. Conditions like stage 3 HIV, lupus, autism, severe Alzheimer's disease, and inflammatory bowel disease will now be accepted through the registry. Patients with incurable or irreversible conditions will no longer have to certify annually. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Oh, let's go here. This is sad. Let's go here. This is a sad case right here, man.
So therefore, we had limited friends.
This is sad.
He was way up there in the KKK, so therefore we had limited friends. And my dad, he was way up there in the KKK, so therefore we had limited friends, very limited friends. And like with the colored people, we wasn't to talk to them. That was bad, a bad deal if we did. And then I as I growed up, it was kind of, the school I went to was all black. So, my friends was far and few in between. And I got pregnant when I was 12 and had a kid.
She got pregnant at 12 years old.
And I was out on my own, so I was emancipated. So then I could do really what I want to.
Who got you pregnant at 12?
Him, my stepdad.
The stepdaddy that's in the KKK. Lord have mercy.
Oh, your stepdad?
Yep. And I had a baby. And then at 15, they emancipated me and I got married and screwed my whole life up getting married because I had 5 more kids. I wouldn't trade nothing for them, but I was a teenager. I had all of 5 kids by the time I was 21.
And growing up here, how far did you go in school?
I got my GED.
You did?
I went all the way to the 11th grade, but I was pregnant again, so I dropped out because I went through school. I was in the marching band, pregnant and everything.
Wow. God bless her, man. I have nothing bad to say. God bless that woman and women like her that are in situations that they're no fault of their own. I have nothing bad. I'm not going to make fun or make jokes. That shit ain't cool. Yeah, God bless her and her kids. Okay, let's keep it going. I've been on for an hour and a half. Okay, I'm going to give y'all 20 more minutes. Let's go here. Did y'all hear this story? Jeez, Peach.
How this Peoria school district sex scandal isn't a national story. It is by far the biggest teacher-student sex scandal story I've ever heard of. And it's gotten even crazier. So if you didn't know about it, apparently there was a student, and we know this because his grandmother called the Peoria police. A student was having a fling with a teacher. She was doing his homework.
This is not the worst part of the story at all. This is the appetizer.
She was giving him money. She was letting him drive her car. And then you had the sexual stuff. And then this same student was getting videos sent to him by another teacher.
So now we have two teachers. Two teachers, one student. But no, that's not the worst part of this story. Let's continue.
What's going on here? Then we find out that the principal of Centennial High School in the Peoria School District knew about this because a former student sent him an email. And Arizona state law says as soon as you get a whiff of any kind of sexual grooming thing going on, you have to call the authorities. They never did that. Now we find out there's 8 or 9 football players that were getting videos and pictures from both teachers.
This is why young women should not be teachers. Should only be old women, like how it used to be. Old, with a cane and with a humpback that says, "Class, pay attention."
And one of the teachers apparently doing some sexual stuff with some of the players. And the players were having a contest to see who could get the most pictures and videos.
Let's continue.
Insane, right? The superintendent actually defended the principal. The principal, when the police finally came to investigate, stupidly asked the police, "You investigating a second teacher as well?" I mean, this guy knew about it. Everybody seemed to know about it. And now it gets even crazier.
Uh-oh.
The one member of the school board is the president that happens to actually want to know what happened here and why was the law not followed. She wanted to, her name is Heather Rooks, she wanted to actually have a third party investigate the failures here to make sure they don't happen again so other kids aren't victims. The school board would not vote with her. And now the Arizona Education Association, a teachers union, has come out and demanded a vote to remove the school board president from her role as president of the school board. And the president sets the agenda. So this will all be forgotten about if that happens. So you have the teachers union coming out, not caring at all about the kids, not caring about the pedophiles. I don't care if it's 2 female teachers and a bunch of male students. They're still pedos in my mind. The teachers union is doing everything it can to protect the pedophiles and not care about the students. They're actually demanding that the school board president, the one that actually wants accountability, they want her removed. This is insane. They're having an emergency session on that tonight, and it's Tuesday. So if you're watching it Tuesday, the vote is happening tonight. Heather Rooks is her name. She's the good one school board president, and I will let you know what happens next.
So let's go here. I'm a parent in the district. My child was taught by one of these women. I do not want the president removed. I want a full investigation. I started a petition to investigate the whole district. I'm a teacher myself, and I want to leave my position after hearing how the AEA responded to this. I'm not a member of their BS union. I don't care if I have to give up my certificate for speaking out against this. I will die on this hill. So this person says, this is not all factual. The principal did not know anything sexual was going on or that a crime had been committed. The email did not say anything about there being sexual things going on. Whatever is being said about 8 or 9 others had not come up in any of the 6 investigations that have already occurred or are ongoing, including an HR investigation, Title IX investigation, county attorney investigation, district attorney investigation, and Peoria police investigation. None of these investigations showed that a mandatory reporting threshold had been met, and they were not charging anyone for lack of reporting. This investigation and the one by the county attorney are still ongoing. Holy cow. The superintendent, based on current and closed investigations that showed the mandatory reporting threshold had not been violated, did not act further because of those investigations. Rooks was removed from the position of president because week before last, the board talked about pursuing yet another in addition to the 6 investigations, but after advice from the board attorney who advised them that yet another investigation, one could not compel witnesses to speak or subpoena them under oath could interfere with current ongoing investigations, and that it may cause witnesses for those investigations to be compromised, hurting those investigations, and ultimately the case against the sexual offenders. Following that advice, the board voted to table a vote on the independent investigation until the other investigations were complete. As a member of the board, all members are required to abide by the vote of the board, but Rooks decided to go over their heads, call the news stations for an interview, spreading misinformation like the kind being spread here, and calling for yet another investigation. This against board policy misrepresents the district and the school board and was bordering on harassment of the affected people she mentioned. The entire school board is appalled at what occurred with the teachers and the student and wants them to face the full consequences of their horrid violation of the students. What? The board majority vote wanted to have the current investigations play out without doing anything to impede them, and then take action once they had their findings. All board members and staff want the offenders to face accountability. Rooks has had many other issues while board president that have shown her to be inconsistent and that harm the district and its students, abstaining on a vote for a much needed override as the district has to make $21 million in cuts for next school year. Jeez. Sharing a state testing writing prompt which jeopardized district writing scores, creating a whole new district mission statement without any constituent or staff input, suing the district because the attorney recommended that they not allow her to quote Bible verses at the beginning of the meetings she lost, which cost the district over $215,000, costing the district another over $200,000 in records requests, along with others, bringing policies into the boardroom over and over with statements praising Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk. And it goes on. This was a final straw. Please watch the previous board meeting, April 24th, and the one from Tuesday, May 5th, to see the truth of these matters. Good grief. She has also been actively working to get rid of social workers in the district, despite a ton of community members, staff, and students using public comment to beg the board to keep them because of desperate need for students and families to have access to the social workers for all kinds of reasons, including family trauma, difficulty with mental health. Parents always needed to give permission for their children to talk to the social workers. She was successful in recruiting a board majority that voted with her, and now there are no more social workers beginning next school year. If there really is concern for students, she would not want this taken away. Oh no. Wait. Okay, we're gonna go over this real quick and then we're gonna get out of here. Peoria. This is its own little soap opera. What the hell is going on?
Tallahassee Nurseries, the New Year environment.
Yikes. It sounds like a hit piece, but I don't know. We'll look up Heather Rooks in a minute.
Scandal in Peoria where two teachers are accused of having sex with the same student.
Centennial High School's principal faced criticism from district officials about how this investigation was handled, and today he announced he is resigning. Zach Proletsky live in the newsroom with more on that resignation. Zach?
Well, Jared and Vanessa, these allegations have really shaken this district and the families in it. Scott Halabaugh specifically referenced this scandal as a main reason why he's stepping down. And Arizona's family obtained the letter he wrote announcing his resignation on the final day of school. Critics questioned whether Halabaugh met his mandatory reporting requirements after two former teachers, Angela Berlacca and Haley Beck, were accused of sexually assaulting the same student at Centennial High School. According to a police report, Halabaugh and the victim's mother both knew about the allegations before someone else tipped off police. Wow. Peoria Unified Governing Board member Heather Rooks was ousted as board president just 2.5 weeks ago after publicly calling for an independent investigation. She addressed mandatory reporting at a press conference earlier this week.
I believe the public has a right to ask. If there were no concerns before that day, what made the principal ask whether there was a second teacher involved? Those are accountability questions, and they deserve an independent review.
In this letter to the community, Halaba says he will support the district's efforts for a smooth transition for the school over these next few weeks. Now, the district, they placed both of those teachers on administrative leave, then later fired one, the other resigned. Coming up tonight at 10, where the criminal cases against these two now former teachers stands. For now, report.
Wow, that's insane. What? Let's go here.
A former Centennial High School student is accusing the Peoria Unified School District of failing to protect him from years of alleged sexual abuse by two teachers.
Those allegations are outlined in a $20 million notice of claim to the district. 12 News journalist Sean Rice has the exclusive story.
Leadership at Centennial High School and the Peoria Unified School District are coming under new scrutiny in a multi-million-dollar notice of claim filed back in January. A former student and his family claim he was groomed and sexually abused by two former female teachers.
What's unprecedented is the fact that you have two female teachers that committed this alleged sexual misconduct with a minor student. Independent of each other.
The two teachers, Angela Berlacca and Haley Beck, have been under criminal investigation by Peoria police for nearly a year. Police investigating allegations that Berlacca sent sexually explicit images to the high school boy and that Beck groomed him by giving him money in exchange for sexual favors. Neither teacher has been criminally charged. The notice of claim says leadership at the high school failed to respond and report inappropriate behavior perpetrated by the teachers, and it says because of their failures, the victim suffered. Valley attorney Josh Colesrud, who is not involved in this case, says he sees an avenue where this notice of claim has merit.
If I had a son who was sexually assaulted by two of his high school teachers, I would want the full force of the law to come down on those responsible, both criminally and civilly. And, it's necessary to have these types of civil lawsuits because money talks.
Under Arizona law, school districts typically have 60 days to formally accept or deny a claim before a victim can pursue litigation. It's unclear if the district has responded to this claim. When 12 News asked PUSD for comment, we were told the claim was being addressed, quote, through the appropriate process. Colesrud says districts often conduct internal reviews while evaluating their legal exposure.
You're facing really a possible reaction from the public that could be very negative for the school district, and they could end up paying, easily $20 million or more, depending on what the victim is able to prove to the jury.
It remains to be seen if settlement negotiations are happening within the district behind closed doors. Either way, Colesrud says district leadership could be on the hook for paying out millions of dollars, with taxpayers footing the bill.
Public schools are funded both by federal taxes and state taxes. So the money for a public school would come from ultimately the taxpayers' pockets.
Former Peoria Superintendent Dr. Casey Summers previously said that they are reinforcing protocols for how staff responds to concerns about student safety, including any information that reaches them through students, social media, or community reports, adding that every staff member knows and is reminded that the standard for reporting is reasonable belief, not certainty, and that the district supports staff who reports concerns in good faith.
Wow. Yeah, we're going to get out of here on that note. I gotta clean her paws and clean her butt. What the fudge? Yo, that's crazy, son. All right, I'm out of here. Thank y'all for coming through. I don't know if this is good. If it gets demonetized, it's gonna go to everywhere else. So we'll see in about 24 hours. But anywho, all right, good show. It's a shit show. Good show. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.
You ain't never been there for me, so why should I beat up for you? Shit, fucking with you get a nigga locked up. I ain't trying to go back and forth with your ass. You gonna help me rob this dude or what? Cause I don't play games. You think just cause you're a white girl with a fat ass, you can talk to a nigga any kind of way. Bitch, you can't. Ain't nobody talking to you crazy. What the fuck you mean? Like a nigga on some cheap wine. You got me all the way fucked. Marvin, I swear I seen the inside of that nigga house. He got everything in there. He got a whole motherfucking 90-inch TV. The nigga got at least 30,000 in jewelry. He got a refrigerator that talk to you. I swear. You a lie. I walked by that shit. That motherfucker asked me to sit down and he was gonna fix me something. That's your problem. You be lying. I swear to God. You wouldn't know the truth if you tripped. We need this lady. I'm still on party. Don't act like you don't need this money. You behind on child support and you lost that bed in the Super Bowl. You don't know what the fuck I motherfucking owe. The next time you pocket watch me, I'm gonna put you in my pocket. Whatever, nigga. They go to the house right there.
Hey, my boy.
Which one of you motherfuckers been liking my girl pictures on Facebook?
First of all, stop calling me boy. I got a name. Secondly, I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Nigga, you know what I'm talking about. It seems like every time I leave my crib, she getting calls from niggas, likes on her pictures, comments.
So what you trying to say, man?
I just told
Like
you.
I said, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. And hey, you sure that's your girl, man?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I can't tell.
Put it like this. If I find out it's one of you motherfuckers putting likes on her shit, under your profile it's gonna say, gone too soon. Rest in heaven, my boy.
See, you can walk it like you're talking, nigga. It's always up with me. Hold on. Let's get that motherfucker, man. I just steal Mr. Refrigerator. Fuck off. Hey, y'all, get that nigga. Hey, who that white girl is? I knew I shouldn't have never listened to your ass. Marvin, hurry up. Hold the door. Let's get that motherfucker, man. Bitch, you almost closed that shit on my motherfucking foot.
G.I. Joe will return.